R.I.P. Gamma Gamma. It's finally over. We put the death knell on that building, and I guess at this point pretty much put a close to any thoughts of Kukuru going back and revitalizing Gamma Gamma. It is officially rubble. It's gone. And it's sad that she didn't actually get a chance to actually say goodbye. At least it didn't seem like. And, you know, I mean, you can grant the idea that she said goodbye back when she first left the place, but didn't get to go back before the demolition, which does kind of suck. I don't know, I was very mixed on 19. I guess I can get into it now, but let's jump into it. Yeah, like I said, 19, I don't know, I didn't really feel like I had much to talk about in that particular episode. It was a significant episode, don't get me wrong. It was really kind of re-pulling back in to Fuka this idea of what she left behind, but I think it wasn't really so much about Fuka. And I think that's what was kind of the letdown of it, because Fuka's pretty set in her ways. She's got this thing that she wants to do, and so it wasn't really so much about her changing or her evolving in any way. It was more about other people realizing that she's changed. It was about her kohai, Ruka. It was about the people that she used to work for coming in and saying, hey, be a part of this show. Be a part of this. And now it had this element in there of like Kukuru being concerned for Fuka, like, you know, are you okay? You have all these people from your previous work experience coming here. I mean, do you want to do this? You don't have to do this. Fuka didn't really care. It didn't really seem like she had much regrets in her mind. Her regrets are gone. This is what she's chosen. And yeah, technically towards the later parts, it had this point where she gives her shoes to Ruka. It was kind of like her saying, like, this is the last thing I had. This is the shoes I wanted to wear when I got on stage. You take them. It was like her giving up that last thing. She technically did have that last thing she didn't give up, and she did give that up to Ruka. But like I said, it didn't really feel like so much of a growth for Fuka, because she already had this thing. It was more her showing people what she had found, and the growth that she's seen through that. It's kind of surprising. This person that had everything going for them in the idol sphere, why would you want to work here? Oh, because this is her passion. She's obviously like a mother figure to these penguins. She's there to help the penguin and push the penguin. And yes, they're drawing a lot of comparisons between the two of them. There's the, you know, Fuka with the penguin here. She's pushing Ruka forward to say, hey, it's your stage now. It's your stage, go, kind of thing. Don't be afraid of what's ahead of you. And obviously Ruka the entire episode struggling with trying to live up to the expectations of those around her, and the feedback she's getting from online and people saying that, you know, this industry's putting so much on her and she doesn't have the talent for it. But yeah, episode 20. I think this is a significant episode. It was a very depressing episode, honestly, because I think this is a build-up. I think this is the build-up to what I think is probably the climax the show's going for, and on one hand, I hope it pulls it off, because I think for a lot of people, including myself, it's been kind of a wonder what PA Works is doing with the series. Like, what is the end game goal here? Obviously, we left Gamma Gamma way back here when the seasons kind of went to the second core, but what is the end game goal? And it really hasn't felt like there's been a focus. Like, is Kukuru going to make an aquarium? It seems like it's too late for that. Unless they do another time jump and it goes, whoop, she got money now. It's not cheap. It's not cheap to build an aquarium. Is she going to take over Tangara? I think it's a big speculation I and many have right now. But what's the goal here? Because it doesn't seem like the show had a focus ever since episode 12 or 13. And I think this is, I guess, what it's going for. It feels like this is the buildup it's having. This is the breakdown. The breakdown of Kukuru. It really felt like this entire episode is, let's show Kukuru what she's missing out on. Let's show Kukuru all these things that are happening that she can't be a part of. Everybody's having fun with the penguins. Everybody's having fun with the fish. Everybody's having fun with Airi showing up. Everybody's having fun with this dolphin that's, you know, stuck out here. Fuka got to go swim with the dolphin. She missed Ida. Everything is being missed. She's missing out on everything. She's feeling isolated. She's so wrapped up in this project that her director's giving her and getting basically reprimanded for that. It's showing that she's isolated. And it goes so far to even show her in her dreams imagining herself drowning. She's drowning and she's alone. And I think that's what it's building up to right now. I think the 21's probably going to be this breakdown moment of Kukuru. I don't know if they'll resolve it in one episode, but I think we're probably going to see in the next 2 episodes is Kukuru giving up and Kukuru being blocked, Kukuru being isolated and drowning in depression. And it almost felt like at some point it showed her dead-eyed in this episode because she's missing out on this stuff. She kind of comes to her director after this whole dream of her drowning, and she doesn't react to him. Despite him yelling at her and saying, I need you to do this, this, and this, and this, Okay. And then it goes into the whole thing with the wedding ceremony thing and how they're going to need to set up this whole thing for this wedding ceremonies to be in the aquarium. And she fails it all. And then she gets these pictures of Fuka with the dolphins. And somebody says, hey, did you miss Ida? Or Idy, I'm sorry. This is all building up to a breaking point. And it's odd on one hand, because it's always felt like Kukuru was being kept from the things she wanted this entire time. This entire core has been Kukuru not being able to do what she wants to do. She wants to be an attendant. She wants to be with the animals. But it's not until now where she has a really big project that's testing her, that she finally, I guess, acknowledges that she's missing out on these things. It's suddenly bothering her a lot. She no longer can find those breathing points to go down into the aquarium, stick her face on the glass. That was weird. She doesn't get those moments. She no longer has those moments to breathe. She's now drowning in the project that she's doing. I feel her pain, because that's how I was last year. Like all last year, I felt like the job that I had at the time, it seemed like I was I was literally spending over 12 hours a day sitting and staring at a computer. And you don't have those moments, just 15 minutes to breathe. Just 10 minutes to walk away and catch your mind and just relax. You do feel like you're drowning. The reason why you feel like you're drowning is because you don't have that moment to just relax, to get your mind off of things and just realize why you're working. I think that's a big thing. Why are you working? Like, why are you spending 12 plus hours staring at a screen? If you don't have moments where you can relax, and yeah, I mean, the argument is spend the money that you gain by doing that. What's the point? You might as well be poor and not doing anything. It's a struggle. It is a real struggle, and I think that's what she's facing right now, and she's running into that. And the big question mark's going to come, is there going to be a growth from this? And how is that growth going to affect the story going forward? This is her challenge point. And it was interesting to have, like, I think it was Karen, like having this moment where Karen, like specifically, it felt wrong too. It felt brutal. She's looking at this picture of this dolphin and she's talking about the dolphin, and what does Karen say? You need to focus on your work. You need to focus on this or you're never going to enjoy it. You're never going to get good at it and you're never going to enjoy it. And it almost felt mean because it was that statement that I think right after that statement, she was having the dreams of being drowning. It was like somebody within her circle was even telling her, focus. And because of that, she's drowning now. Like she lost that last bit of grasp that she had for something because she was told that she needs to do this. Yeah, I had that moment where they were having the whole interview with the wedding planner, and it was like, at some point she's like, do you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Well, we need decorations. Well, the decorations can harm the animals. Well, we need lighting. The lighting can harm the animals. It's like, well, weddings are about the people, so if you can't accommodate for them, why bother? And it was one of those things of like, I was screaming at the screen like, like Kukuru, you in times like these, and I think the director did it very well. It's this idea of, well, now that we know what they want, what their demands are, we can recalculate how we do things and accommodate. And that's the thing. It was like, it's not an aspect of coming in there and saying, this is what we will allow. This is what we can do. What is it that you need for us to accommodate for? And then we'll replan around that, because obviously they wouldn't know what the planners want. Yes, they need lighting, otherwise they can't get good pictures. Yes, they need decorations because the decorations are often how the bride wants it. It's accommodating. You have to accommodate for people. You have to give to take, basically. But like I said, the big kind of kicker was at the very end with Gama Gama disappearing. I mean, after everything of her drowning, the big thing at the very end is finally seeing the dream that she once had demolished. And I think that was that nail in the coffin. It was that, and I kind of wonder if it'll be a good thing or bad thing. Is Gama Gama's demolition a good thing or a bad thing? Is Gama Gama being gone an erasure of what Kukuru has attached to? Is because its presence the thing that constantly drives Kukuru to have that once again? Or is the demolish of it the final, say, the straw on the camel's back to basically push her to the end? Like she's gonna close herself off now. Like, this was that last thing that I missed. Because I guess in the context of the episode, it's the latter, because I don't see it as a benefit that she can now let go. The way the context of the episode, it was around the straw on the camel's back, because this was another thing she missed. What's all the things that she missed? She missed Iody showing up. She missed going to the dolphins and swimming with the dolphin. She missed seeing Gama Gama before it gets demolished. She missed these three crucial things that were important to her that is over at this point. So I'll be interested to see how the next episode opens up. Like I said, I'm assuming it's going to open up with Kukuru closing herself off. She's probably going to be locked up in her room. They've obviously shown that she missed work. She's going to close herself off. She's probably going to give up on Tingara at this point. And I don't know. I really hope that they pull this next part off, because I think this is probably the climax. This is probably going to be the climax of the show. I mean, we honestly only have, 4 more episodes to go with this series, so I don't know if they're going to be able to build up another climax beyond this point. I think beyond this point, it's probably going to be an episode of some downers, maybe an episode of bringing it back, and then maybe some after story. Because it is 24 episodes, original PA Works title. I'm assuming the last 2 episodes are probably just going to be a continuation on, maybe the last episode being a after story, which would be great. So I do think this is going to be the pinnacle, and I do hope they pull it off. I really do, because I don't want this to have kind of a meh ending, a sad trombone ending. But that's my thoughts on episode 20 of Aquatope on White Sand. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below. Comment, let me know what you thought of this episode. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video if you can. Support us on Patreon if you can. We definitely appreciate everybody that does. And y'all take care.